Hi again, this is Constantine, the Foolosopher. Today I'm going to talk about the struggle I have every day. I mean, the search for truth and the right thing to do. Hence why this channel, I think, to share my thoughts. And what is the purpose pretty much of humans? Like, why are we here for? Say hello to Luna. Anyhow, I think as it's obvious, we can be here, doing the easy things every day. We can just, hang out, have a good time, and ignore, and just follow, the norms given upon us from our ancestors. But I think at the end of the day, our ancestors had, good intentions. Most of them, they wanted, they were searching, for, solutions to problems and trying to find, what's happening and why we're here. And nowadays, I think it's very important for all of us to research, question everything in every subject. For example, like I said to people, I'm Christian, right? Well, because I was born in a Western country. If I was born in the Muslim world, like in Dubai or somewhere, guess what? My father would be Muslim, my mother would be Muslim, my whole family would be Muslim, so guess what? And it comes to another story that I read, like one guy in America, I think, I forget how they call it, when the baby is born, they remove the skin from the privates. So anyway, so they asked an American guy, like, hey, do you want to remove that from your kid? And the guy's like, yeah. It's like, and the doctor asked him, like, why? Well, he's like, my father did it to me and his father did it to him. So he's like, that's what I'm saying is like, there's no questioning. Sorry guys, there's going to be a little music here. There's a little party. We're in Philippines, so karaoke time. So pretty much we follow like, like a sheep. Give it 1 second. Opa! Hello! How are you? Anyhow, to go to the point, in order to evolve, it's our duty to being equipped with our brain power, right? We're not animals. We have some extra power to think. And like I said earlier with the religion, this question is, when you're in a religion, it's better, it's good to look around, and search, what the other religions are doing. Just take a look, research a bit. Don't be foolish and just follow, And I think the same happens with every subject in life, let me think for a second. Yeah, like I think mistakes are repeatable, like we just observe other people. Like, they do something, let's say everybody buys, Bitcoin, suddenly everybody buys Bitcoin, there's fads, everybody dresses the same, hipsters area. So, we just, we don't question, like, what is the right thing to do? What is the righteous thing, the more like good thing to do? And another subject, for example, for me is like, I'm vegan, right? So it's questioning the morality. I don't know, if I'm the right, if I do the right thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe eating animals is the right way, is the right way of being. I'm not God. I didn't create this world. However, by questioning, what I do is like I say, look, if I don't want something to be imposed upon me, right? Like somebody, hurts me, why would I like to hurt an animal, right? Especially when there's no, I'm not starving to death, so I don't have to eat my dog, right? So why should I go ahead and kill it? So that's what I do, every time I have a question, I try to, understand, like, first research the bit, and, and then also, sorry, U-turn. First research it, and then, trying to, to choose the right thing to do, the morally righteous thing to do. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard because nobody knows really the answers. And like Socrates said, we know not one thing that we know nothing. So every day we have to just, research, find answers, evolve, and that's, I think, eventually links to the other question, the thing I said earlier, which is the purpose of life. That's our purpose of life, to pretty much find the truth, get up our ass, and and question things, and do the research, do the hard work, do the, explore, find the answers to this. Why are we here? What are we doing? Why? And I think that's why I think many people have a hard time with life, because they just, they don't question things. They just follow, and then they realize that they end up in a dead end, because to find somebody's true self, you have to question. You have to see what works for you, and at the same time, what works for the other people around you. What to bring this balance in the world, for the environment, for all those gifts. So, look at these beautiful gifts, right? We have around us. How do we keep the balance? How do we thank the Creator, whoever it is, And in order to do that, you have to question, and by questioning, you start appreciating too. You appreciate what you got. Anyway, I think I'm mumbling now. Anyhow, to go back to the value, to my original thought about, the truth. Sometimes the truth, is hard. I mean, most of the time, the truth is hard. I'll give you an example. Let's imagine, I practice Christianity, and then before I die, I have a vision. Let's say Muhammad comes, or some other, I don't know much of a religion, but let's say some other deity, tells me I'm God, right? It's very hard to accept. To accept, especially when you spend so much time, years practicing something and investing in something. And the same goes with everything, like our jobs, like our practices. Let's say, we, like our diets. When we drink Coca-Cola, it's hard to suddenly say, that's not the right way to do. We have to switch to another product. It can't be that bad, or we have to really take things seriously, that we don't know what we're doing really. And a part of our day should be self-reflecting and appreciating, and at the same time saying, look, is there a better way to do things, to be in harmony with this environment? Can we do better? Can we bring some value to this world? And that's what I think I'm trying to do also with those videos. Like maybe somebody gain some value. Maybe somebody, can open the conversation, and also, somebody can direct them to the truth. I'm looking for the truth every day. Everybody, I think is looking for something, right? We're all looking, but for maybe like a new car, a new house, a new place, a new girl, whatever. A new, item. But so we have to, help each other and direct, to what's, I think, morally right. So I think the truth comes, again, going back to Socrates and all the philosophers, where the morality, the morality is the path, is kind of the right thing to do. Usually is the goal, and always works out. Nobody wants to be like suffering in the chaos, like you see right now in Los Angeles, there's all these riots and all this anger and all this, very much everywhere around the world right now with the economy like this, going in shambles. People just, we don't like chaos. We like to order. And in order to do the ordering, we need to practice self-reflection and doing better, trying to figure out what can we do better today? What can we do a little bit? Like I read another book, 1% better every day, 1%. Guess what? After 300 days, you're 300 times better, which is like 3 times better than initially. That's not bad, But guess what? Every day we do the wrong thing. We go, happy hour, we get drunk again to forget the problems. We go back to the same habits, masturbation, whatever it is, wasting time watching TV, TikTok all day, whatever, cheating, whatever it is, eating too much, binging eating, I don't even know the word. The weakness, we don't want to reflect and say, look, what can we do better? What can we adjust? How can I become a better person, a better version to inspire others, And I think for me, it's a struggle. I mean, like I said, my mother a couple of days ago, even Jesus had a hard time, last moment when they arrested him, he was, he had a moment of weakness where he's like, Father, do I have to really, get arrested and be crucified? And, but that's how, it works. You don't, everybody, goes through this on a daily basis. And the purpose is to man up, accepting we have weaknesses and trying to find the right way, and that's pretty much it. There's no shortcut, there's no easy fix, there's no drug or alcohol or whatever it is, happy hour or whatever, or karaoke or whatever you call it, that can fix that. It needs actual work. It needs reflection. It needs steps, baby steps. Little by little. Everything can be changed, adjusted, and trust me, once you do the work, you'll feel not only better about yourself, and not depressed, all this depression goes away, all this is part of this. When you act, you suddenly inspire others, even one person, trust me, even one good thing to do, one right thing. Every time you do the right thing, every time I don't eat animals, I save one life. Just that, think of that, I don't do anything really, I just don't eat, I don't hurt an animal, that's it. One day, every day, it's like 300 lives a year, maybe 500, if I eat too much. That's not bad, if in 10 years I save like 5,000 animals. That's a good, imprint, footprint, right? But it's not like I'm special. I'm super gifted. I just do a small thing, a small thank you to the world. Look at this beautiful world. I say thank you for giving me all this, And I have all these fruits here. This place, Philippines, there's a bunch of coconuts, all these fruits. There's mango. There's bananas everywhere. There's jackfruit, all healthy, and a lot of heat, which is good. It's like a sauna, so you feel like losing weight at the same time. So I appreciate, and there's no need to hurt, and those little things, I think lead us to become better, and maybe somebody gets the point. It's not for me to show that I'm better than you. I've been, I was eating when I was younger. I was eating like meatballs all day. I was eating like cheese and meat, for breakfast. I'm Greek, so we eat meat like like it's like pastime. But I realized that. Let me make sure the camera is running. So come on, good. I don't really filming this for nothing. Anyhow, I want to show you this beautiful view. That's why. Look at this. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep it short today, but that's pretty much the idea. It's like, let's all do a little effort, My vegan was an example. It's not like, I know the answer, but I tell you, you can start small things. It costs $0. Matter of fact, it's cheaper for your budget to eat vegetables. It's good for your health, good for the animals, good for the environment. We won't empty this ocean, in 20 years if we keep going, Anyway, I can go to my, the usual, speech and preaching. But that's pretty much it, it's like small things to get better, And it takes everything. And the thing I forgot to mention, sorry, is to practice. Every day requires repetition. What I do right now. I have to repeat myself. All those questions, all these temptations, they're gonna come all the time. Anger, depression, they come in. Sometimes, most of the time, unexpectedly. When you don't want it, you're tired. You wake up in the morning, and sometimes when it rains, it pours. That should be another video I should make. I should tell my experience in the past, when something happened, 3 things at a time, 4 things, all within a week or 2. Sometimes things come all together, like a thunderstorm. You gotta be practicing. Jesus, like I said earlier, he practiced 30 years, master, let's say, right? And at the last moment, he panicked. A master, imagine like us. We don't even practice. We go get drunk, we party, we come late home, whatever, we have too much fun, and ready. And then we expect to do change. How is that possible? Here the master has a hard time. You see, it's daily repetition. You have to keep trying and trying and trying and failing, mistake after mistake, over and over and over and over. And people are gonna make fun of you, like Jesus, whatever. They're gonna crucify you. But at the end of the day, it's all worth, because you achieve, who are the most important people in the world? Who most famous, whatever, the most imprint, not famous like Bieber stuff, like people who have actual value to our conscious, eternal people, because those people, they gave it all. They went next level. Repetition, failure after failure, mistake after mistake to get better and try to show us the way. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up today on this beautiful view. Say hello, Luna. Yeah, and if I forgot anything, please add up. I didn't really cover much, but I like to, if I can help anybody, feel free to call. I put a number below on my profile. If I can help, many people, like my mother, I help a lot with advice. I have a kid, 20-year-old, like I consider my best friend's son, best friend who died, 20 years ago plus. His son is like, I try, trying to advise him, and it's just a reminder. We all try to help each other. We are in this trip together, and we have to, bring our knowledge, our experiences, our mistakes, so other people don't repeat them, and trying to go next level, because today this society has gone to the next level of disaster. We're going the wrong way. We have gone too far. everything is going, south. We don't respect animals, we don't respect, our elder, we don't respect religion, we don't respect, sex, drugs, everything's out of whack, we just keep going and just doing dumb things, and like we act like crazy children who have no direction, no guidance. And and I was one of those. I was a terrible kid, but it took time. I had to sit down, like I said, in my 40s, 42, I remember, around there, after I broke up the last serious relationship, sit down, lonely for a few months, and then years, and then suddenly it all came together. It all came together. Be in a quiet place and think, reflect. Reflect is not something like pastime. It's like meditation. It takes time. It's not hard. It just takes time. You gotta just push it. It's like opening a book. You open one page, you don't understand the first page. Like coding, you open the one page, you're like, oh my god. And then every day you just try again, repeat it, and then go to the next page. Slowly. You have to, you have to go crazy. Don't go like bazooka. Everything's baby steps, and everything is feasible. Everything, money, health, everything is feasible. Everything, the truth, everything. Just you gotta start somewhere. It's not fun. Reading, learning is not fun. But trust me, the end result, you're gonna be thank yourself and the whole world. Anyhow, I can mumble. See you on the next one. Please, subscribe, like if you like what you hear, and please leave comments so I can, reply and have a conversation. See you soon. Luna, how's the walk?